Mr. Resolute, what's up? Happy Friday, sir. Okay, we are playing classical today, huh? So hopefully my internet behaves. Lately, been having trouble starting games. Just get stuck or something. I'd hate to lose a game like, right at the beginning. And it's been actually coming very close to that. I mean, it's taking a while to get paired. Okay. It's Berserk. Let's play F5, something different. The Dutch. I'm at the peak of my chess.com rating. I haven't lost a game in a bit. Maybe my plateau is Well, that's good news, huh? Mr. Resolute. Nice job. No losses is always fun. The G6, prepare fiend get off. Not in a rush to castle, so D6, I guess. We'll castle now. Okay, let's develop some knights. Figured you'd want to do something like that. Probably taking the queen was better for him. Trade queens, why not? Breaks the pin. Queens are off the board, so the h-file shouldn't be that big a problem, I guess. Guess he can take bishop captures knight over here. Took a break from playing chess and came back. That always helps, taking a break. I see a reason why I shouldn't play e4. Cut down the squares for this guy. Okay, that looks very wrong. Look for some initiative now, I guess. Knight b4. This should win material. Unless I'm mistaken. I guess he still has knight d1. I'll also play this, I guess. Just taking out this bishop is good. Knight over here, he plays this. But then I guess I have this, so I should win material. Obviously, if he takes the knight, there's bishop check. Gotta be careful about this move, but I don't think that's a worry for now. Okay. Is now gonna be barred, yeah? Bishop captures check. Ollie B, what's up? Happy Friday, sir. So I'm guessing we take this guy as well because it's check. Or I guess I can save my... It's all the same. Just save the exchange, why not? I can mess up my pawn structure, it doesn't matter. Take it. Take it and shake it. Yeah, I can obviously trade, but it's a shame to give up such a pretty bishop. Let's keep this guy, yeah? Defend everything. I could have taken the knight, but yeah, I guess, you know, I'm not gonna miss it the second time around. Okay, good game. A break is always helpful, Mr. Resolute, especially when you're playing too much. You know. 1850 in classical, I still think I berserk, but I'm gonna stick with my main lines. Johnny D, bonsoir, my good friend from Canada. Seeing you after a while, so I hope all is well at your end, Johnny. So shout out to Johnny D, he's a fellow streamer as well. He's a very decent chess player, guys, so check out his stream. Let's develop some pieces. F3, it's my favorite response against the ninja. Yeah, d5 is one of the main lines, so let's provoke the bishop. This is the Nimzo Indian Kmok variation. Okay, he takes, so that gives me the center. Yes, black can keep the pawn with b5, but these guys are doubled up, so there's always going to be some weakness. My center kind of makes up for the weakness as well. This allows me to take the pawn immediately. Smooth development. Develop and defend. I'd like to put the bishop on e3 and just castle, I guess. Obviously have to deal with the check. Queen d2 is not out of the question, but this seems correct. And the check doesn't do much for black, does it? Now obviously he's threatening this. Now I guess bishop e3. Now if he checks, I think I'm fine playing king f3. It's not required, but should be fine. Manual castling with rook f1. Queen h5, I guess he can play. But he doesn't bother with that, so rook here, I think I'm just gonna move my queen out of the danger zone. So queen c2, queen c1, which is the better? Definitely not queen b3 because kind of in the way of the bishop. Queen c2 seems more principled because I connect the rooks, get the queen off the back rank. So should be fine over here. I gotta manage my time well, yeah? I berserk, I lose half the time and also the increment, so I have this bad habit of relaxing. I'm gonna keep up the pace. That's almost a mistake. Like, I can pick off a pawn right away with bishop f6, queen captures, but then I guess black gets a lot of activity. So, just bishop d3, I guess. Maybe we push some pawns and eat this guy. Threatening the knight now, so I mean, there and just chop this guy off. Kind of don't like the knight coming in and hitting on my bishop. Pawn is pawn though. So there, bishop captures, check. And then bishop here. Gotta play this. Guts to play this. Okay, obviously I snag off the pawn. Now there is the idea of just, you know, not giving a damn about the bishop and just trying to crush my opponent. Having said that, I think this is correct. Yeah, like I play this and gain a tempo on the queen. I was worried about queen b6, but then I can play this. Defend everything in queen h4. That seems wrong as well. Just take. Don't have to take though. This actually seems like a stronger move. No? Why bother taking when I can get the queen to... Yeah, that's just... I could have taken, but... Queen h4 seems... super strong. Yeah, it should be GG. Discoveries are threatened. King g7, queen h6. Yeah, the pawn is pinned anyways. I could have taken and, you know, queen would have backed off, but when you can go for a more decisive attack, material is unnecessary. Irrelevant. I mean, development wise, this guy didn't do a bad job. He got his rook connected, he got his minor pieces developed. He just missed this one thread, yeah, and that really cost him. It's a quick attack towards the king with bishop h7. So it's the position later, I guess. This discovery is just unstoppable. And if king g7, queen h6, forcing king to h8. I don't have to take this as well, I can just play this. But I will. Queen a7 is an easy free move, and we should have a mate into queen h7, queen f7. Okay, good game. Moving on. Yeah, so far so good. We will shortly be starting to get paired with a stronger player, so see how that goes. Okay, I'll berserk over here again. $1800 plus in rapid, 1700 in classical. I think I'll stick with the main lines. This guy's connection doesn't seem to be working. Do I want to play something different? I don't think so. Just stick with the main lines. Okay, if he plays the Lopez, I think I will try the Morphy defense. Now this is obviously not my strong suit, because I always play the Berlin. Okay, let's play b5 and just push b7, I imagine. Should be theory, right? Castle, d4, d6, c3 first. Okay. Let's activate the bishop. Bishop e6 is a move, but then there's yeah, the martial attack, right? With the black pieces. I hardly know anything in this line with the black pieces. I don't know much. I guess I'll play bishop g4. H6 seems like a handy move, eliminating backline threats. making some space for the bishop as well. Rook e1, I guess. This knight's coming over here. Can't do much about that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether I've done proper chess over here. Probably not. I mean, allowing his bishop over here and getting my bishop stuck over here, it just seems wrong, yeah. I think this bishop belonged somewhere on e6, so definitely messed up. This guy is getting a little too comfortable though. Strike out the center. This bishop is actually pretty powerful. Something that, you know, worries me. So he should take over here, and then I think I have to take with the knight, and e4 is something that he can play. White seems to be better over here. We'll see if we can hold strong and change that. I'll just pre-move knight captures because taking with the rook is just, you know, weird. b4 seems like a lucrative option for white. I guess taking also makes sense. So if I take, I guess he has this, but then I have this, so it still should be fine ish. Seems shaky though, you know, my setup. Something might be wrong with this. I think I'm fine though. d4, I just play this. I shouldn't have many problems now. Let's play c5. To take or not to take, that is the question. Taking seems correct. Actually, maybe wasn't correct. That's fine. Queen captures is knight c6. Rook captures, knight captures. Probably should take the bishop. This almost works if the knight wasn't there. I mean, I can set it up. Bishop c5. Threatening this move now. Yeah, it seems my position is vastly improved. Bishop d2 I see as a move for him. This, however, should fail. So check. On captures. Also, I can take first and then this check is winning. So let's just go for simplicity. Sometimes it's best, yeah? I don't need to do any shenanigans over it. Pick up a clean exchange. And rook c8 is an option. But then I guess he can do that, but I think I'm still winning in that case. C8 should be fine-ish. Is it? C8 queen there. What to do? I'm just overthinking, of course. I'm simply overthinking, guys. This is what I'm doing. Back off, I guess. Seems perfectly fine. Pinning the knight, preparing some knight action over here. And it's a difficult game for him. I mean, it's just lost, obviously. Okay, so this, yes. This move. Okay, good game. I'm just gonna check this game because, you know, the Morphy defense is something I always want to learn. So this b5, bishop b3, bishop b7. Doesn't like bishop e7 too much. Bishop e7 is a move. I thought after bishop c5 this is happening. Knight e5. Okay, so knight captures d4, bishop captures, and I guess this is fine for black, but still, you know, from a human point of view, giving up the bishop here so quickly doesn't seem like a good idea. So instead of bishop e7, bishop e7. If d4, we take with the knight. Wow. Takes and check even. Interesting. Amicia, what's up? Yeah, he made some mistakes in the middle. It's a good thing too, because, you know, the V. Lopez Morphy defense is something I just don't know that well. Yeah, so 2100 plus, we will not berserk, obviously. We will try and play solid. I get the black pieces again. Thought I would have white this time around. Well, it's just something I've seen so many times, so some of the few moves aren't all that difficult. But over the years, I've just not played the Morphe, system. When you don't play an opening regularly, you miss some intricacies, small improvements here and there. A Scotch game, so we will take the pawn. See what sort of line our opponent goes for. Scotch Gambit, I believe this is knight f6. e5, d5, bishop e5, very common. Yeah, knight e4 obviously. Now white gets their pawn back. Bishop c5 is what I like playing, although bishop b7 is also very playable. I just like an invitation towards this line, which is actually playable. But it gets very tricky. Knight captures, bishop captures over there. Let's just pre-move this. Hardly anyone goes for this because it's so tricky. And you need to know, theory quite well. He plays knight e7 instead of knight e4. Maybe that's a move as well. But Daniel, is usually playing blitz. Sometimes in blitz you can play, dubious moves just to offset your opponent and get away with it. So instead of knight e4, knight e7 he plays now. The first impression seems playable. He takes for the bishop, so I will capture now. Obviously, knight captures is just barred, so white will simply castleize you. He played that in the Sensei series, 15-minute games, a longer game, so that must be a part of theory then. Okay, bishop d7 now, obviously got to guard the pawn. I'll look it up. Interesting, Resolute. Always good to be learning new moves. Here, developing the bishop, very standard, so castles I will. In f3 is very common, just to gain a tempo on the knight and then get an f4 and the knight goes back. Immediately knight d2 and knight c3 are also moves. Yeah, this is the more common stuff. I've actually seen queen d2 as well over here. Okay, so now if knight d2 or knight c3, f5. Standard setup so far. Important to note, knight f5 doesn't work because I just take. This bishop is defended. in the immediate future, bishop e6 with some ideas of c5 and d4. Obviously white has ways around that. Yeah, taking is also very common. Now knight f5 is possible. Okay, so white is doing fine over here. He's taken a little bit more time, but so far solid as a rock. This bishop is usually, tricky to handle in this structure. This is obviously the good bishop. But because we've got this doubled up, pawn structure over here, bishop is kind of a defensive piece. The big asset is, of course, control in the center, I guess. Queen c3, queen d2 are not that difficult moves, even if you don't know theory over here. But he's taking a lot of time. That could actually hurt him in the end. Yeah, c3 makes a lot of sense. So both bishop d6 and a5 are options over there. I'll go with bishop d6. I don't want to overthink on these simple moves. I think I'm threatening to play c5. c5 would unlock my bishop and also gain a tempo from this guy. But maybe not, yeah. I guess after c5 there's knight b3. Knight b3, bishop a4. Knight c2 seems wrong. Very wrong. Well, not very, but it seems wrong. So he just wants to trade the bishop, yeah. I don't mind this at all, just captures over here. The question becomes, what do we do now? Queen e7 is the obvious move, connecting the rooks, but I don't like the fact that I'm kind of diminishing control of d5, so c5 is going to be hard to play. Bishop e6 also seems wrong, because I guess the knight's going to come back, harass the bishop. Bishop c8 is a move. I don't know whether it's accurate though. Also seems wrong, Wait, what happened to my connection? Like, seriously? What the fudge? I mean, my stream is working and Bleachers just died on me. This is what I'm talking about, yeah? This is what's been going on. I don't think it's me. The app is also not working, guys. Is Leeches working for you? Oh, I'm trying to open up Leeches on my phone, but the app is also not working. Now it's back on. Okay, let's just play Queen e7. Queen e7. I'll try and look up on the analysis what move the engine suggests over here. It seems like a feasible option, but it's nothing special. Again, the problem is not getting in c5. It's a move I would love to play. But this is still a handy move, yeah. Connecting the rooks. And in some cases I can play bishop c8 and white can't actually play f5 because of the pressure on this pawn. So, should be fine. We got a healthy time advantage over here, so something that is always handy for me. a5 was also moved, but then bishop captures, pawn captures. At some point in time I will have to play this. Like for example, if he plays b4 immediately, I think I would like to play a5. If he takes, we capture both with the c pawn as well as the a pawn. Keep these pawns doubled up and open up the file for this guy. See what he does. It's interesting though, after bishop b6, I mean my instincts say capture with the a pawn, but on second thought taking with the c pawn is also not that bad. You forget everything, he played queen e2. Now c5 is actually playable. This might be a mistake. c5 is a very annoying move for black, which is why I'm gonna play it, guys. I mean, I'm keeping my bishop boxed in for now, but there's a lot of tension in the center now. Yeah. Some point in time b4 might be possible. Piece activity is improving as well for the bishop. So this queen e2 maybe was positionally wrong. Now as long as he kept the queen on the d file, it's fine. So I guess after rook d1, bishop c6 is fine. b4, I think I take. b4 actually seems like a move. Well, it's both moves actually seems fine. Like you're talking about this, yeah? I think both moves are correct. You take with the a pawn, you keep your double up pawn, slight weakness, but obviously your center is still very intact. You open up the a file for the rook. Taking with the c pawn is also, I think, correct because you correct your pawn structure. So I mean, you just got to see if the file is going to be any good for you, you know, your rooks, and then you make a decision. Okay, so rook d1, he goes for. c6 I obviously don't like because then again, you know, the bishop is somewhat of a dud. Queen e7 would be interesting, but then he just takes. Bishop e5 doesn't work because of this. So it seems bishop c6 is the move, but then he has this move, which is actually pretty annoying. So what are we to do? For example, I played this, and he plays b4. b4, I imagine I take, but then he captures with the knight, and then he's on the bishop. I'll have to move my bishop back, and this pawn is also falling after that. This doesn't work, yeah? I'm just gonna trust my instincts and go with this. Maybe c6 was a move as well. b4 is something I think he should go for. With the idea of trying to, you know, clear the d4 square. Yeah, he finds a move, well done. So a5 is an option. Obviously, if I take, then his knight is gonna pop in. Bishop a4 looks interesting, but doesn't quite work out. Like he just takes over here. I don't have much after that. Bishop e7 is a move as well. With the idea that captures, bishop captures, and you know, we're clearing the way for the other c pawn to rise to the occasion. This move is not completely out of the question as well. I don't know whether I want to go for it. Would be interesting. So I play c4 and allow his big fat knight to jump in. That seems wrong. a5 is what I want to do. a5, bishop captures, knight in. Let's just trust the heart once again. Tricky with all of these pawns, huh? Would have also considered something like rook d8. Anyways, the idea behind a5, of course, is that after pawn captures, bishop captures, I don't give him this square. I don't think I could have done anything about the d4 square, so I feel he has to take. b5 seems very wrong. Mr. Cheswan is in the house. What's up, good sir? Okay, he took the bishop. I was not expecting that. So now queen e3, I guess. Otherwise, I'm just picking up the pawn. Right here is also not out of the question. I guess maybe it is out of the question. Yeah, queen there, so there is that. Yeah, the flooding over here has been kind of a problem, but I'm in the southern part of the country, so for now I'm safe from the worst hit areas. This one. The queen takes, I'm giving his knight a very good square with pressure on this pawn. Having said that, very easily defend that pawn as well. Avoiding the trade isn't that easy. For example, queen c4 is the rook jumps in. Queen b6, I mean he can take, and then this pawn is vulnerable and his knight's gonna end up over here. So maybe, we give him what he asks. We're going into an endgame where there is imbalance, bishop against knight. Position is opening up, so I fancy my chances with the bishop as well. Now the question becomes how to defend. This rook or this rook? If I play rook b8, he plays this with some ideas of doubling up. Which actually maybe doesn't work at all. This move also concedes this square. So I don't know. Let's play this. I don't think this is a problem. I mean, among other things, I can just play this. I want to keep this rook for activity, here. Also, in case he tries this, something like bishop b7 and c5 are not out of the question. We advance with our pawns. Both these pass pawns are very exciting, of course. I guess white can immediately try this. Maybe he should. Knight here, I think I'm gonna activate my king. This and this, I guess, is also a move. Maybe after this I can play bishop b5 and park my bishop over here. That wouldn't be a bad square at all for the bishop. Daniel, what's up? Yeah, that happens, you know, sometimes. You just gotta move on. It's difficult, but that's also part of learning. He goes for this. If I play bishop e7 and he doubles up, I have c5. Momentarily gaining a tempo on his rook, but then his rook ends up over here and he's still threatening to take. Other options include playing something like rook b8 and trying to gain initiative of our own. But this is a dangerous maneuver, yeah? If he doubles up, some c4 ideas will always be there. So I think I need to do something immediate over here. Bishop b5. Wrong, I guess, because he has this. Maybe I'm just worse over here. Like if he doubles up, seems pretty bad for us. Rook b8 is a move, but then this, I go in. I guess you can just take. Maybe taking is actually losing for Rook b8. Rook there, rook there. And rook here. Or I guess rook there. Bishop d7 doesn't seem to quite work out because then just this, c5, rook there. Bishop b7, rook there, and c6, then he has c4. Ah, wait, but after c4 we might have c5. That is actually not out of the question. Bishop e7, he doubles up, I play c6. If he plays c4, I think that's a mistake because I think I can play this bishop b7. Rook b8 is the obvious move, but I don't like the future prospects. I mean, you know, some cases you can just play this. So I think I play this bishop e7. Let's activate Charlie, huh? We have a sub. Jose. Hey, ¿cómo estás? Thank you so much for the prime. Gracias. Mucho gracias. Is it mucho or macho? I don't know. My Spanish is just limited to greetings. Muchas. I just know, how to greet in Spanish and one more sentence, which is actually pretty funny. It's to compliment a lady. Eres my Linda, which means you're cute. I don't know where I learned that. Okay, so he plays this, I'm just playing c6. Now, if he plays this, I play c5, he can still sack the exchange, which is something maybe I should have considered. And his pawn mass is actually pretty dangerous, so maybe my move backfires over here, guys. I did not consider him sacking the exchange. Sacking the exchange with pass pawns like that is not out of the question. But he is getting low on the clock, so in order to find sacrificial ideas, you still gotta have calmness and patience around you. When you're in time trouble, you tend to miss those moves. c4, I think I don't have any option. I will have to play c5. Sacks the exchange, captures, pawn captures. I think he has good compensation for the exchange sack. Maybe winning. Two pass pawns like this. Yeah, I mean, I just didn't consider the exchange sack. Maybe rook b8 was the correct option. Okay, he goes for it. Does he actually see the exchange sack? He will see it. After c5, he has to sack the exchange, I guess. Obviously, I can't take. It's just completely out of the question. Rook c8 is yet an option. Captures, captures. No, it's not an option. I underestimated the sacrificial idea here. c5 rook sacks. Bishop captures, pawn captures. It's a powerful sack. Okay, I mean, I have to do this. There is no way around it. And this watch me losing now for me. Two pass pawns like this. Horrible. Just completely deprives the activity of the rooks, unfortunately. Rook sack, huh? I gotta activate the king before he plays this. I'll fight, of course, but I think this is winning for white with accurate play. Credit to him for finding this. Should have actually seen this. Terrible. I mean, it's still gonna be tricky for white. My king joins the fight, so it's not like, immediately winning for him. I don't know about this move. Like he goes immediately with that. Obviously he's trying to get this in. Very tricky now, yeah? These fast pawns are just almost crushing. Yeah, this looks really bad, guys. So rook e8. I guess he just plays this. If I go up, he gets this move in as well. Yay! But like g6? Is he really just gonna do that? Should at least try and undermine his structure. I don't think it's gonna help me though. There he plays this. Takes. Check obviously helps his king up. How to put up a fight in this position? That's what I'm trying to do. Like not immediately cave in. Rook e8. Check. There he pushes this. I allow d6 in that position is just lost. Another move I'm thinking about is rook a6. I think all are bad options over there. I can just hope that he makes a mistake. That's all I can do. Let's try, yeah? Yeah, expect this. Actually gonna be running out of ideas soon. I have to move a little fast and I hope he blunders. Otherwise there is no hope. I'm looking for combining some rook attack on the king and praying basically. Much good that's gonna do. Take and I guess he can take with the knight as well. Not out of the question. He does sleep with the knight. Interesting. Most interesting, sir. What you are trying to do to me? Like this move? This move. Some ideas of playing this. There, knight there, I will sack. Obviously. We have guts to do something. suck if he plays this. Part of the idea is if he goes back with the knight, at least I have this. So it's about putting up a fight. I guess this probably also wins for him. I'm just gonna push. I guess he has this also. Hard loss of a tempo. That was a hard loss of a tempo, guys. That's what it was. This has to be winning for him, like everything seems winning. Knight h6 seems winning. Probably d6 is also winning. I guess d6 is just winning. Now I could actually try this. It's probably still losing after that. Take any queens. So hard, this solution. There's a move. Good there. Take. What's this? Check. This move, I guess he can probably just win by taking. Although, we will have still trouble, I guess. So this, it captures, pawn captures and d6. Maybe not. No, d6. Potion. It's too difficult, yeah. This, I think, d6 is winning for him. Try this and pray, yeah. Hola. I'm playing in an arena, so not right now. Yes, you can join this as a public arena for everyone. There on leeches. We are looking for tricks and we are praying, guys. This is all what we are doing. Knight captures, pawn captures. If he plays d6, I play d4. I think we still might have a game. Okay, have fun. Rook takes. I saw this as a move, I didn't calculate it too much because I thought maybe it was strong. He's gonna play d6 next. Guess it wins for him. This is a huge threat. I'm forced into playing this and then he has this one. Maybe he has something else as well. Don't have an option. Yeah? It's not over till the fat lady sings. I have two pretty pawns. I will try and use them. Just a little bit. This I will have to suck. Yes. This here he has this chick. Probably a losing move. Target check. There takes. We'll try this. King F3, maybe I should have flared. Basically fighting for a draw on his own. He takes, I get both these spawns, and I don't know. Still losing this one. Probably last. There takes the fuck. Chess is so hard. I should have played this, but then he has this. So. Fuck. He'll probably just take. I'm giving this guy a fight though. It's not like, you know. It's not over till the fat lady sings. This is a very far off pawn. Push, I guess. Pushy, pushy. Oh, this should be a draw. Come on. You can also very easily blunder this. I mean, he's gonna go after this one, but this knight alone is not enough for defensive purposes. So we might be onto something, papitos. Papis. think I've got the draw in. Question is, can I try for more? Like this, check, I go up, then he has this. I think I have anything more than a draw. Even that looks difficult. I must be losing this somehow. Some technical maneuver must be losing this. I should just take the draw. Move. There I push once at least. Maybe after this I just push over here. Do I take the draw, guys? I think I should take the draw. I don't deserve to win this game. I could have tried a3 in that position, but yeah, I mean, this is a draw. The sweet relief. a3 I was thinking about, which is still a draw. I could have tried a3. It's a big boy move. I mean, who's gonna find king e4? That was some game. Mr. Avon with the 100 bits. Let's go. I mean, who imagined draws can be such fun as well? It was fun for me. King e2 if I try, still draw. It's very it's a check though. Oh my god. Oof. Okay, that was some save, huh? I should have played c6 right away. I thought about this one. Maybe with more time, you know, in a classical game. Yeah, that was move. Bishop c6. b4 was strong for him because he got his knight active. And I'm basically just stuck over here. c5 was a mistake because he sacks the exchange. So lost I was. I fought, guys, you know. I did fight with a lot of blundering. Still losing, still losing. This is where he drew the game. Just one move can be so tricky. King e2 was the right move. Okay, good game. That was really well played by him. I'm just lucky. I live to Mustache another day. This guy is 2100 and he joined 1 week ago, guys. And he's just played 21 games, 27 games. That game took a lot out of me. C5 he wants, huh? There. B4 seems like a move, so I will play. This knight also gets tricky, yeah? Bishop G4 I might have sack. Let's play H3 now. Bishop G4 might be a problem. John, what's up? 25 months, let's go. Started off a hype train as well. F6 seems weird. Now I think Queen C2 to try and force the exchange. I mean, I guess he can play Queen E6. But these light squares are kind of inviting. There's also E4 over there. I mean, he's obviously trying this. Which he's probably gonna get. I mean, this ends up with me having an isolated pawn, but so be it. Takes. Capture with the knight. Taking seemed wrong, like he's given up this outpost square for the knight. Why would he do that? Taking with the rook was also possible, but seems like a good tempo on the queen. Yeah, but now I have this among other things. I don't know whether it's right though. Rook C5? Rook C5 queen goes back all the way maybe? C2. Guess he can't do that. Rook C5 is a move, although the rook song is going to be vulnerable. To knight D7 stuff. But this move seems awkward and shaky. What about this? Like knight B5 is not entirely a bad move over here. I'm hitting on this pawn. It's something. No? Rook C5 seems I'm putting the rook in an awkward position. Sure, I'm gaining a tempo. Rook C5, what he does. This is not working because of this. So I guess after Rook C5 this is forced. Either that or this. Probably will go all the way back in order to reserve this. Rook C5 could be a move. I just wish I had better options after doubling up. I don't though. Rook C5 also important to note, he'll have the D5 square for one of his knights. As long as his queen stays over there, at least the knights won't, come in that way. Whenever a knight comes over here, it's gonna put a lot of pressure in my position. I'm gonna go with this. I don't know whether it's right, maybe it's just wrong. But I'm making a thread over here, so. Oh my god, really? Like this rook is under duress. No? He's got himself turned. Knight here is a move. Knight there, rook there, knight there. And then knight g6. This. Queen there, I guess he would want. There. Brazilian monk is in the house. What's up, good sir? I hear it's about to be summer in Brazil. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Is this wrong? Like, maybe I'll settle a draw after this. Because after knight f4, he does have queen there. Okay, but after queen there, I have queen e4. It's still something. Queen e4 is something, guys. Probably not enough, though. What to do and what not to do? These are good questions. Rook c5 is also an option over here, by the way. Rook c5, queen d6. Rook c5, queen d6, and there is nothing. There is a big fat void after that. Knight f4, queen f7. Also probably not good for me. I can just play knight c5 over here and settle for a draw. 2100 with 27 games. Should I go for more? Like this? Try and double up. It's an option. It is an option. There, queen there. Why does this guy not have a stable account? I would never play for a draw. I mean, but playing with new accounts just makes me nervous. I'm not implying this guy is necessarily, using something. It's just a risk. That's just the reality of it. 27 games and he's 2100 in Classical. He joined a week ago, so it's just a risk for me. Otherwise, I would, try something there. I'm better here, huh? Knight h4. Immediately threatening this. Okay. Queen back and then queen e4. Black has to concede that, the spin is most annoying. And then queen g4. Okay, I'm sorry about this draw, guys. But this guy had a new card, was just making me nervous, so let's just move on. Super Pat said, what's up? I'm having a copyright-free stream today, so it's been like ages since I've uploaded anything on YouTube. So you just caught me on one of those days. Okay, this guy I've played many times before. He's a fellow streamer, I believe from Belarus. He's quite good. He's going for the perk. Yeah, C6 obviously sets up B5. Let's stop that. Play Bishop E2 and castle. Always loved Bishop E2. Very solid, compact move. Sai, what's up? The knight A6 makes a lot of sense. He wants something over here. Let's develop the bishop, reinforce the d pawn. Continue developing pieces. So at some point in time, I would like to play this. Maybe that point in time is right where. He will take, of course. Probably play E5. I'm doing well, Mr. Sai. I'm doing my usual Friday stuff. Playing some classical. I don't see a problem with Queen D2. Just have this battery action going over here. Also connect the rooks. Yeah, this move. Yeah, I mean D5 is principled, yeah. It just seems principled. I like longer time controls too. He takes. Now there does remain the possibility of taking with the knight. Point being, if I take with the pawn, he's obviously going to try to build up some pressure over here. Which is not like an immediate problem for me. So I take, he plays rook c8. I play rook c1. No idea of sacking, huh? Taking with the pawn is sharper. This is solid, I guess, but kind of boring. Knight takes pawn. Just take with the pawn. Let's go for some excitement. Okay, that's a move I did not expect, and it seems wrong. Allows me this. So I'm not gonna think too much over here. Just go ahead and grab that square. Nice little square. Preparing c3 stuff. I think he wants knight c5. Knight c5 I can consider taking. c3 neutralizes his bishop. Passed pawn we will have. This was a hasty move, yeah? Rook c8 and black's doing fine. The difference over here between this knight and this knight is black doesn't have a c-pawn to get rid of this guy, so this is a stronger piece. Now obviously c3 he plays this. So he's willing to give me the juice over here. He's willing, huh? I'm willing to take it. Let's go. c3 gets rid of this powerful knight. d6 is immediately creating threats. The pawn itself is quite dangerous for black. So I get a lot of play because of giving up the dark square bishop. Otherwise I usually like keeping bishop there. Okay, so he defends. Queen there is a move, but then obviously he defends with rook. I don't see any problems with just having a rook nice and comfortable over here, giving this guy some extra love. And he wants to play f5 and not get checked. Oh, wait a second, I should have played this. There, and then this, because this pawn is pinned. This is still a good position. Not a bad position at all. How to do some damage is a question. f5 is coming and it's going to be annoying. Queen there, he defends, I sacrifice exchange, which counts as check. Doesn't seem right. What to do and what not to do. You squeeze this guy in over here as well, but I think that's where my queen eventually wants to go. h4 is another move I was considering. f5. Queen there allows f5. f5 is unstoppable, so there's no question of allowing, disallowing. Play this move. Get the rook, powering the pawn. f5, maybe bishop here. I don't know, in some cases I want to play f4, that's why I played queen e3. Also this move, you know, is helpful, like for example he plays c4, there's no knight c5. Opposite colored bishops, by the way. The party with the initiative usually gets a decisive attack with heavy pieces on the board. That's the rule for opposite colored bishops. Obviously if you trade down too much it's very drawish because these guys can never be traded off. But as long as there are heavy pieces around, you get an initiative with the light bishop, your opposite colored bishop. It can be very powerful because there's no opposition, yeah, to this guy. Or that guy. He's having a difficult time finding f5. I think that's the move he needs to go for. Also, this move doesn't allow him to move his knight. Finally, he finds it. He had to, I guess. Obviously, I don't want to allow this and have my bishop stuck. So we are gonna go and put this guy here. Knight supports the pawn perfectly, so completely fine by that. This guy is a good player. I don't think he will play e4. You play e4, you release the tension immediately. It's always going to be f3. Obviously, if I play f4 too quickly, he plays e4. It's a good move. He wants to play this, I think, and follow up with f4. I don't get this square ever. f4 right away, also he has this move. So, you gotta be careful in this position. I think I have a nice position, but it's also a dangerous position. f3 is a move that stops his idea of e4 right away. But it does create some weaknesses in my camp for the king. How to get rid of the queen? I get a tempo on the queen somehow. It should be just completely winning. I think I have to play f3. I can't allow this. Queen f3 doesn't work, he just plays this. It's hard. Let's play f3. Keep everything solid. Obviously, if f4, I'll be jumping with joy. Queen e4. It's also very hard for black to find moves over there. Like, he can try this, I guess. Some ideas of bishop f8. My pawn should never be in any danger. Okay, h5 also makes sense. He wants to play something like this, I imagine. Follow up with bishop h6. Queen g5, king h7. I play h4. Still king h7. h4 seems like a handy move. But here I guess I am. Let's play h4. I don't want him to play h4. Also, in the spirit of keeping pawns opposite to the bishop. King h7, I guess. Bishop h6 is coming. Queen g5, bishop h6, queen g3, bishop f4. Queen f2 seems like a reasonable move, but it does allow e4. which is also still a very dangerous move for black. Okay, so bishop h6. g3 is a move, but then this g3 is a move, making some extra luft for the king as well. f4 is there, but he brings my bishop to life after that, so I'm down with that. f4, king g2, covering queen h3 seems perfectly fine for me. Nothing else, I play king g2 anyways. g5, he's really, you know, exposing his king. He moves his queen somewhere, I have d7. Yeah, I like my position. I think I still have some slight advantage. Keeping the queens in the dark squares to cover the absence of my dark square bishop. It's always a good strategy when you don't have the bishop there. This bishop is super strong, by the way. Powerful piece. Cutting into the king position, yeah? Unchallenged. I can almost pre-move king g2, but obviously I won't. Should actually play this. b6 is a very quiet move, but you know, you relieve the pressure on the pawn. You guard the c5 square. I think he's going to end up playing this. Should he goes for the okay, so king g2 or what? There are also some ideas of doubling up the rook. Try and threaten this pawn. But I like king g2. I think there are better moves. But I like king g2, you know, just clearing the back rank. This is one of those positions where, you know, you need to make a reasonably good move and kind of wait for your opponent because it's so tricky for them. Plus, this is obviously very helpful, covering against queen h3 in the long run. You know, some rook h1 can happen if he ever plays g5. I think he's gonna try this at some point in time. But he doesn't. Wait, can I actually play this? I did 3 queen capture. No, I can't play this, especially now. Maybe in the previous move I could have done this. He wants this, yeah? This is a move, as well as this, where I threaten some action against his. Queen f1 also does the same thing. Queen f1, queen e2. Queen e2 seems correct-ish. Let's play queen e2. Keep the pressure over here. I think he wanted to play maybe some rook f8 as well, which I guess he never could have because my rook was there. f4 should never really be a problem for me because this bishop is going to become even stronger. So I'm just, you know, keeping this guy honest. X-ray on the knight. Some queen c4 ideas at the right moment. Assuming he plays this, do I actually just go with this? Probably not, huh? Good point as well. King g7 is probably not a good move. Not a bad move for black. Get away from the light squares. I think knight b8 is playable for him. Because after this I really don't have anything. Probably just gonna move his rook away. Ah, there. You shouldn't be telling me more options though. Become resolute. You're right. Wow, he goes for this. This cannot be right. Like, I don't plan on taking this. Bishop over here. Takes. This is a move. No, but then he takes. Wait, what about this? Threatening this. What about a little bit of queen e4? Queen e4 forces knight back. Queen e4. Knight back. Knight there. Okay, let's play queen e4. The obvious threat. So knight b8 is forced, I think. I get a knight c7. But then he gets in this. Tricky, huh? It is still tricky, papitos. Knight there, rook there. Cannot afford to lose a d pawn. It's not out of the question, this one. This, then knight there. Okay, this is winning. I cannot find the correct option now. b6 is also a very, very interesting option. But I guess he doesn't have to take, yeah? b6 he just takes over here. Take there, take there. c4. Knight there, I take. I guess he takes over here. So tricky, yeah? Of course, overthinking as well. Come on. Queen here also a very solid option. Some ideas of lifting rooks. But this is somewhat problematic for me, I'm not gonna lie. Because his rook threatens to come in. I'm gonna trust my instincts, guys. Going for this move. He's obviously just gonna be happy taking. Mr. Eric, what's up? Ich befehlt he has to. Like he takes, I play bishop over here, and then I try and penetrate with the queen. I took too much time. Takes knight c7, rook there, I have this. Also. Nothing decisive though. Knight c7, maybe bishop e6. Queen c6 then. Did I miss something obvious over here? I couldn't see anything. I'm like 95% sure he's gonna take on g3. Like, why wouldn't he? Rook e4 is a move, queen. Knight c7, rook d8. Also playable b6. b6, however, seems wrong. I don't know whether this is a good move, guys. I'm so happy to see this move though. Now I can play b6. b6? Probably shouldn't rush with that move. And also just take. These might be winning options now though. Knight c7. Mr. Heroic does, Mr. Said. Maybe I just take. Just take. I don't know. Ah! Fuck. Now his knight back, huh? Yeah. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, back here I guess again. Unfortunately I gave him this move. It's unfortunate. Back she goes. I have this idea of undermining as well. Bishop's still good. He's still fine. Can't take over the A file. I shouldn't have given him this move though. Thank you for gifting us up to Eric Heroic again. Thank you. He's got rook c8 though, that's kind of a worry. Rook c8 might be problematic. What? What the heck is that? What is knight a4? He thinks he has rook d6. He doesn't. Because GG now. Mistake. He thinks he's got rook d6. I have a little bit of a check and then I pick up the rook. I can also play this. I think this is just winning. I don't see any problems with Bishop G, you know, whatever. Let's just take this juicer of a rook. Take. And just Swiss cheese waiting to be, you know, eaten. And it should be just hopelessly lost. I think he just got tired. Queen C8, I guess. I think I just take. King F, wherever, queen over there, nothing. My king is pretty safe as well. Trying for some last ditch shenanigans. I mean, I can always play rook h1. I don't care much about that pawn, sir. So, how to finish him off? What I shouldn't do is, you know, misclick my queen or something. Like this move, we can also just very easily collect this pretty pawn. I think I want to do it with the queen though, because then I'm on the h pawn. Just queen over here should be fine. Who cares about the h pawn? I think this is the stronger move. I need my queen because then I continue the attack. If I had taken the pawn, then king h8, and it's probably still winning, but this like seriously reduces black's chances. This doesn't do anything, yeah? It's just check and it's all over, Mr. Grover. No queen block, rook hangs, so he must gift me pawns. Check, and there should be a mate somewhere with this rook coming in as well. G7 check. Yeah, I'm not thinking, you know, this check has to be a move. There, mate. If there, check and mate. Okay, good game to Mr. Pre. That was a nice game, I think, but I did make mistakes. Were they serious mistakes? Or one of them was serious, huh? I had knight c7 there. This was a bad move. This was another bad move. Yeah, I mean, I was getting tired, I'm not gonna lie. I guess he got tired as well and then blundered, you know. Oh. I messed up in the middle game. But the first part of the game was very Good. Yeah, I mean, instead of queen e3, I actually pointed this out. This was a stronger move because I threatened this pawn, so he has to play something like this, and then I guess bishop g4 is playable over here. Ah, wait, his king is already on h8. So what's the big idea over here? Rook b8 and bishop e2. Bishop e2. Okay. I need some tea, guys. But I will start the next game, of course. Some caffeine is required. I need sustenance. Okay, please don't berserk me, because I won't berserk you. I won't berserk you if you don't berserk me. We have a lot of places where you can get good kebabs over here. I'm usually ordering a lot of my stuff because I'm a lazy guy. Ringa. But that's a good idea, you know, for an IRL stream. I was actually thinking of making one on the beach as well for a long time. Okay, King's Gambit. Guys, I'm gonna take a few minutes. I need some tea. I'll be right back. Okay, the prodigal son returns. Yeah, kebabs are actually one of the good things that you get over here. I'll see what I can do about an IRL stream. I mean, one of the problems with doing an IRL stream over here is people are not that accustomed to other people, you know, just roaming around with a camera filming them, so it's usually better if you know the person, you know. You go to a place where you know them, and you can talk about it beforehand, before you go over there and do something like that. But I'll still see what I can manage. They have kebabs in France as well, yeah? You get all sorts of kebabs over there, like the local variety, the you know, the subcontinental kebabs. You get Iranian kebabs, chullu kebabs. Yeah, I mean, you name it. You know, doner kebab. I mean, that's also a kebab. I think that's a Turkish dish, though. Yeah, the barbershop is something I actually tried to do, and then the video stopped in between, and half of it was ruined. I need to do that again one of these days. That guy I know, so I can easily make an IRL video over there. I found the move. I was threatening this. I was threatening a little bit of that, but now maybe I do this and bishop b6. c6 bishop check. What he does? Almost seems lost, huh? You get chapli kebabs over here. Like chapli literally means sandal, so that kebab is in the shape of a sandal, you know, flattened. Those are actually pretty famous over here, especially in the northern areas. I don't see how he stops us. You can try this, which doesn't work at all. I just take. That last game really, you know, depleted my energy. I put a lot of energy in that. Okay, so I can obviously take the knight. Maybe I should actually. Take the free material, why not? Take, I guess. Bishop b6 check is also there. I think I just take. Bishop check. Take. You shouldn't have anything over there because, I mean, this move doesn't work at all. I can just play this. So I should be just up a piece. Doner kebabs are quite popular in the West, yeah? Actually, the first time I had one was in Budapest. I was there playing Olympiads. They're not that popular over here. There are places where you can get them, but other varieties of kebab are more popular. And this is not completely out of the question for him. A desperate try. This doesn't seem to do anything. So I'm actually thinking about checking with the bishop first because this guy isn't doing anything. So check. Assuming he plays this, I have this check which is crushing almost. In case he blocks with the knight, I can always get out of dodge with this. So this check seems most useful. Let's target this exposed king. I think he chose the wrong option. Should be just almost GG. Bishop check, I mean queen check, you name it. Queen check works. Yeah? Check, king goes there, knight check. What's a stronger move? Bishop check, king goes there, knight check. King goes here. My queen is hit. Let's just go in with the queen. And I think after this check, I just played this. Then I guess he has this. In this check, he's escaping somehow. He's making the great escape. So bishop check, he can avoid it with this move. Also, I guess maybe he can just take. This doesn't work. Seriously, like there is nothing over here? How is that even possible? If I play this, he has rook f1. Barely. But he hasn't. Bishop g4 is playable over here. In check, he's just getting away. I mean, he's still probably in trouble, but what to do, what to do? I gotta be careful about ideas of bishop over here as well, right? Something like this can be very dangerous. I think check is a safer option. I don't see any cute ideas with this. I mean, at least I don't have to worry about this piece for a move or two. I want to play bishop g4 next, assuming he plays king e2, which is what I expect. Just to take away this bishop f7 option. Mr. Crazy like Fox News, what's up? Happy Friday. I don't know, maybe there was something there, I just couldn't see it. This position. Yeah, let's play bishop g4. I'm not too worried about this knight. Like, even if I lose it, this king is, just in a bad shape. So bishop f7 is now not possible because I can just take. No checks. Thank you. I mean, come on. I'm not gonna mate him. Instead, I'm gonna take with the bishop. Let's take with the queen and mate. I think he's gonna resign anyways, but I should have mated him. Queen takes, king there, mate. I'm so bad at finding mates. I'm playing in an arena, so wait, when did I lose a game, guys? Wait just a second. Did I lose a game? When was that? How did I lose a game? Maybe it was somebody else's. I lost a game? When? Why does it say I've lost a game? Who did I lose to? What? They gave me 0 points for this. Ah, okay, so... But this was a draw, right? Why did they give me 0 points for it? Should have gotten 1 point for the arena. Weird. It was like, more than 10 moves at least in that game. I'm fine with the 0 points in the arena. I was just concerned that I lost a game and I lost points because I didn't remember losing a game. Weird. The guy is 1900 plus and he's 2100 plus in rapid. My threshold is 1900, for berserking in classical. I'm gonna respect that because this guy is almost 2200 in rapid. I'll try and berserk as much as possible, Mr. Crazy like Fox News, but I'm just not that fast anymore. So I remember this is part of theory, but I almost, never know what to do after this. Check. King F1 is the move. And I know I've tried Queen B4 and gotten myself into trouble. So maybe knight e5 is the correct option. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, super passive. That was more like 10 moves in that game, so I don't know why it shows 0 points. I don't care about the points, I was just concerned I lost the game. Not winning the run anyways. Okay, bishop e2 is bad. If the bishop goes passive, I can pick off this pawn now. There are castles. Let's take the pawn first. obviously white is going to try and set up this. So he has compensation, yeah. Like you know, bishop over here, rook e1, castle. H6 is a move as well. H6, rook e1. I see a problem with playing queen d6 as well. But he's got some options of his own. Bishop e5, bishop there. Bishop e6 is a move. I don't like it though. H6 just feels wrong with my queen and king sitting in the center. I don't know what to do, bottom line. I do not know what to do, guys. That game was 24 moves. Wow. Queen f4 is a move as well. Hopefully this is not a disaster. I think queen f4 is good. I don't allow either of the bishop moves. And rook e1, I can always play bishop e7 and just say I'm getting out of dodge with my king. Taking pawns out of the opening is so tricky, but it was a center pawn, so I took it. These are always important pawns, yeah? You can try bishop d3, I guess. Bishop d3, knight f6, maybe? Yeah. Knight f6 should be good, controlling queen h5 stuff. Check always the block with the bishop. So bishop d3, knight f6 I think is important. Otherwise, if I you know play h6, then obviously queen h5. So apparently if the game is under 30 moves, you get 0 points for a draw. Ah, I actually had no idea about that. Really? That is a rule? It's funny, I didn't know that before. Like, I've played a gazillion games on leeches. I don't think I've seen this like ever before. I mean, he's got this move as well, but then I guess I'm just very happy playing queen d6 without too many problems. I never would have gone for a draw in that game. It was just, it's playing like a completely new account. So I wanted to play with a more active account. That was the only reason. Okay, that move makes some sense. I think I just play knight f6. My knight is not supposed to be here. Knight e4, we will trade a pair of knights and yeah, I was planning on playing queen b6. I foresee problems with our bishop here. So I guess this move is maybe not such a good move. Queen there, bishop f3. What to do? Knight f6 wasn't a good move. I should, of course, just play bishop e7. It's so completely unnecessary. It's a queen d6 allowing bishop c4, bishop over here, rook there. There are problems, yeah. This knight is actually pretty dangerous. Simple queen b6, he has bishop c4. What am I doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? So early in the game, and I'm also thinking about queen f5, but I lose this guy, of course. I don't know. Bishop f3, I'm gonna allow. You know, make him trade the knight. At least I have the bishop here, but I think I'm worse after that. Just one wrong move and so much trouble. Just bishop e7. This is also probably a mistake. Whatever. Bishop f3, queen d8, bishop captures, pawn captures. Guess he has the option of taking with the knight as well as with the queen. Terrible move. Knight f6. I guess now he's gonna follow up with bishop f3. Of course. Of course he will do that. Bishop f3, queen d6 maybe, instead of queen d8. Super passer, take care. Have a good one, sir. Taking a lot of time for finding a simple move like this. I guess queen d6, what else? This move is almost wrong. Like, I can almost castle over here. He should have taken the pawn though. He wants more, huh? Castles just takes. Rook here doesn't work because then he takes the rook. He wants to play bishop f4 next. I guess the pawn is also hanging. This seems very bad, yeah? Very, very bad. Bishop g4, f3. I should play this and provoke this. At least to take away this option, because then I capture the check, no? And so bishop g4, this move. Bishop h5. Or I guess bishop over here. He's gonna play this next. Queen d7, but then he has this also. Fuck. Knight g4 is a move, but then I guess just this. I guess he can just defend against the mid threat with that. I'm not getting out of the spin, am I? Maybe I just need to give him this. Like bishop e6, knight captures. Yeah, before I, make a bigger mistake. It's terrible though. Terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna say, the spin is just too dangerous, so whatever. Bishop doesn't have to go to g4. Where else can the bishop go? Maybe I could have tried this, d3. That was actually an interesting option. Captures and then bishop a6. Yeah, this was a move. d3, pawn captures, bishop a6. It's just so dangerous, keeping my king in the middle like this. I mean, the problem with this is I give back him his pawn and I also give up my bishop here, so. Huge concession. I would be fine trading the bishop. What I hate is giving him back the pawn. There's just too much pressure on the king, yeah? Probably the last game, guys. Assuming all goes well. I'm just tired. We'll see though. We'll see. Okay, so knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes, king d8, I guess. What else? If I play there, he just wins this pawn. Knight captures, I'll have this one. d5. This was a move as well. This, however, I did not expect. Playing very aggressively, huh? Queen c5. I guess. What else? What else do I do? Bishop captures, maybe pawn captures. I mean, he's playing really well. I think I have to take with the pawn. If bishop captures, it's queen captures, rook captures. Check. King over here, he just picks up this guy. Mr. D, what's up, gangster? What's up, good sir? Bishop takes, queen takes. Now he's really finding all these good moves, huh? Maybe I should just concede the pawn. I mean, this looks horrible for the Indian. Go down a pawn. But the end game is almost losing for me, almost. Takes, rook takes. King d7, there is, the doubling of the rooks as well. Wow. Some very good play by this guy. Both options are barred for me, huh? Bishop f6 loses a pawn immediately. Pawn f6 gives me a really bad position in the end game, like a terrible one. In king f7, rook comes over here. Bishop goes there, he takes out the pawn. Also very bad for me. King d7 is, of course, gonna run into this. And then if I play bishop d6, he gets this pawn. Maybe this is the wiser choice. Seems bad either way. Giving him a pawn, but maybe I can look for counter activity. I don't have anything else, yeah. I have been a bad boy. Can't even play this because there is other rook comes in this way. Rook b8. Knight there. Oof, terrible. He's literally giving me zero play over here. I mean, this one is now lost as well, I guess. What to do? I mean, I can take this pawn in Fisher style and get my bishop trapped, I guess. Don't have anything else, you know. I guess he's also got this. He has quite a few maneuvers. And my pawn structure is a complete and utter mess. I mean, knight b3, I guess I sack the pawn. This is still losing. I'm thinking about rook b5, Mr. D. Knight b3, rook b5, it's not good though. Among other things, he can play this, he can play a4, many options he has. Maybe after this I play the other rook to b8. Erdia is in the house. Yeah, I was not expecting this. Still a very solid knight. Is the obviously comes with a tempo on the rook. Play this move, I guess. Threaten the pawn and provoke this. This is obviously coming, yeah? Terrible position. No activity, no nothing. I so badly want to get my king to d5, but even that is not possible. Yeah, I mean, after rook c4, maybe I try this. Yeah. I mean, this is a move, but then this. he'll find rook a4 as well. Of course he will. Why wouldn't he find rook e4? This. I don't have options here. I gotta take. He doesn't take back, he takes with the knight. He takes with the knight, of course. Wait, I could have taken the knight actually. But then I'm losing this one anyways. A5 and he has rook c8, rook c6 as well. Wow. No, a5 doesn't work. A5 will play rook c6. This is like, you know, extremely accurate play. Yeah, I mean, what to do? What am I to do? Rampaging looks, what's up? There's nothing. I mean, rook e2 wasn't working as well because of the knight check. He's probably still winning, of course. Yeah, and you know, forcing all the trades as well. Did I walk into F4? I did. Yeah, this. Check. Yeah, I guess this both are winning, I guess. Mr. Heroic goes with another gifted sub. I mean, there's nothing there. It's just superhuman play by this guy. Superhuman play. Well, I mean, it's just lost, yeah. The F1 is enough. That F1 is enough. Okay, 4 is also winning. And if over here, I think he can just play c6. Can he? Yeah, c6 is also winning. Like if I go in, this c6 is winning. I don't know, he probably still has a win. Takes, king over here. I'm running with the pawn. Must have a win somehow. I mean, what the heck is this? The guy plays like, you know, like a world champ, and in the end he blunders this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like literally all the best moves he found, and in the end he blundered this. I don't buy it. I don't buy the draw. This guy is hiding something, yeah? Hmm. Terrible game. Mr. D, what about a city street stream? Like it's been more than a week. You gotta go on today, yeah? Let me berserk back, please. Please, yeah, I'll berserk back. Okay, fantastic. I look forward. I look forward to it. Okay, this line, bishop f4, I guess. Line with bishop check, knight c3. Queen d7, queen b3. Played this in OTB a few times as well. f6 is very interesting though. Okay, so takes and queen takes, I guess. This is idea. Can I just bring my bishop back? I don't know, it seems I can. I hope there are no weird tricks, you know. I'm always afraid of these sacks in the Budapest. Yeah, some knight f2 stuff. This doesn't seem right for black. It's start a pawn. Some compensation, I guess. Knight e5 has got this. Let's see why I shouldn't play a6 over here though. Like if he takes bishop captures, it seems very good. Here I just play e3. So tired now. Probably e3, you know, to begin with was also good. I'm trying to build towards that without giving him this queen b2 stuff. Obviously, if he trades the bishop, this is a very nice tempo on the queen, and I've got the bishop here, I'm up a pawn, and I expected him to play this. So far so good. Except, you know, the fact that my king is still in the middle, which is dangerous. But this shouldn't work, yeah, just take. Should have time to just develop the bishop and just castle. Also some b4 stuff to look forward to. I mean, you can play this, of course. Bishop b2, I guess, should be fine-ish. Wow. This move, huh? Weird. What about this now? Like, he's asking me, begging me to play this. Knight takes d5, queen takes over here, there's no bishop c3 because I get mated. Ah, okay. That's why he played this, yeah? Cheeky fella. You can play knight d5 and then I can play bishop e2. I don't see a problem with that. Queen b2, I'll play bishop e2. Not blunder bishop c3, otherwise checkmate. This knight is quite strong, so I'm happy. Bishop c3 is a threat, I believe. Pretty big one. Traps the queen. I mean, just this should be good. I trade off the queens. And I'm happy with that, I think. Pushes the queen trade. Anything better over here? Fortunately, I don't have this. Should be fine though. Just take. I don't see a reason why not to take this guy, because knight e6 is a threat as well. Queens are off the board, so you know. Also, I guess rook b8 just doesn't work anyways. Yeah, I guess he's gonna end up sacking over here as well. All out attack. Scorched earth policy. Sack everything. Alright guys, on that note, I think I'm going to call it a day. 97% accuracy for you guys, which was helped by my opponent, of course. There's some interesting ideas for white in this line, by the way. Of course, bishop captures c3 is a very solid option for black, but just to give you an example, a lot of people play queen e7. You can play queen b3, and it's actually pretty tricky. There are traps over there. Like you can't take the knight, the pawn right away, because you know you trade off everything, and the bishop is hanging in the end. And it's also possible your opponent might just capture, and then you capture with the queen, and this pawn stays. It's a good pawn, doubled up, it is, but black can't attack it anymore. So the correct way to play this for black is actually a5, and then after a3 there is a4. So queen back, and the bishop, you know, is kept by black. The arena ended also, so okay. No losses is always good. I mean, I didn't play all that quickly, but we got in some good games and there were no losses, so it's always good. Hope you had a good time, guys, and have a great rest of the Friday. Thank you to Avon Chess for the 100 bits, and Mr. Heroic Dose with the 2 gifted subs. Support is much appreciated. Let's raid somebody. Thank you guys. I'll see you in a couple of days. And I have some news, you know. I'll have some news, some pretty big news. I mean, for those of you who are on Discord, probably already know, I might actually be playing in the FIDE World Cup, so. But my participation isn't guaranteed. Yeah, but I'll let you guys know how it goes. It's in a couple of months in India. And I'll probably, you know, if I play, I'll get knocked out in the first round, but I'll let you guys know. Yeah, check out my Discord. I mean, I post a lot of information over there, so yeah, you can stay up to date with that. I'm raiding John Curtis, by the way, a good friend from Australia. He's an FM as well, so you guys have yourself a great rest of the Friday, guys.